Hello, this is Call by Reference, and here's a deep dive on how it all works. So, just like a recap on what a normal function is, which is pass by reference, and then a call by reference function is, which is what we're going over today. A pass by reference function is where you pass an argument into it through the parameters, and it does not change the original value. So, basically, it makes a copy of the value inside of the function, but then you can't really use that value unless you somehow access it from inside of that function. A second thing is that we're going to go over is call by reference, where it does the opposite, where it alters the original value and it actually changes it. So here's a quick example. The ampersand symbol is what you put on the parameter to make it a call by reference function. And as you can see here, the number is actually like black, which means that the variable is being used. Meanwhile, the other function, which is not a call by reference function, is gray, which means that even though you incremented num2 by 1, it's not going to change it outside of the function. So why are we using a call by reference function? What purpose does it serve? So there's many reasons to use it. One is to obviously modify the original variable inside the function, and that will make it a little bit easier to use instead of using alternate ways to do it. The second thing is to avoid copying large objects. This is less so if you were to copy a very small variable type, just like an integer or a string. But if you had arrays and vectors of millions and gazillions of different values inside, then it might take a long time to create a copy of that entire thing inside of the normal function and then use it again outside of it. So instead of that, you can just alter the original one. So you just have one of the array or the vector, and it saves memory and time. And third reason is that it's better at returning multiple results. So with a normal function, you could just return a result and it's usually only one value, or you can print it out, but you can't really use a printing out statement. It just prints out the value. But for a call by reference function, you could change a gazillions of things inside of the function, knowing that it will change it outside of the function as well. So when do we use call by reference and when do we not use it? So like I said earlier, you use it when you need to modify the original variable or you want to avoid copying large objects. But you want to avoid it when you don't want to change your original variable and you're probably passing smaller data types like integers or strings or just something like smaller, not like whole vectors or arrays. And if you want safer code, because of course, if you're modifying the original value, if that original thing is really important, then you don't have a copy or a backup in case you want to save that value. So it's a bit safer to not use it, but if you don't care about that, then just use call by reference. So this is an example of a call by reference function. This is our function over here. It's supposed to increment the number by 1. And because of this little ampersand symbol, this makes it so that it will alter the original value, which is value, and it will change it without having to either return a value from the function, or you have to print it out, or you have to reassign the value to a new variable. You don't have to do any of that because the call by reference will just alter the original value and then it will print it after you call the function. So if I play my project right now, you can see that the answer is 10. And since we started off with 9, it just adds 1, alters the value, and then prints out 10. I could change the number as well to, let's say, 4. And this will make it so that the answer is 5. So here is another example of a call by reference function, and this time we're using the function swap, where we're just going to swap the order of our variables. So basically we make x, y, and we make y, x. So we just swap the numbers. And let me show you what it looks like before you swap it so you'll get an idea. So before you swap it, you'll get 10 and 20, which is correct. First is x and second is y. And then we can use the swap function, which is going to, remember, alter the values so that it changes the original thing. Then once you call the function, it will swap it. So now it's 20 and 10. So obviously I could change these numbers, make it different to show you that it works. So originally this is supposed to be 110. Now if I swap it, then it's going to be 10-1. So thank you.